Yep.
Nice.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Podcast.
Guten Tag.
What was that?
Guten Tag.
Guten.
That's actually good day.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I always mess up the beginning of that. I can repeat it after you say Guten Tag.
Guten. So you have Guten, and if you were to say good night, it would be Gute.
Guten. Guta.
Gute Tag.
Gute.
Oh, sorry. Guten Nacht. It's good night.
I don't know. Good job on your...
My accent.
Yeah.
I've been practicing.
Yeah, I can tell. It's pretty sweet. I got this cup. If you can't...
Is that boba?
Yeah. No, this is Mando.
Oh.
This is the Mandalorian from the show. But if you can't see it, if you're not watching on YouTube,
You should be watching it on YouTube.
Well, maybe hardly anybody does, but if you're listening, it's like ceramic. Isn't that what you said it was? Yeah, it's super cool. It's in the it's called a geeky tiki cup.
I mean, it definitely looks like a little tiki man. That's what I thought it was, and I was like, he wouldn't just have a tiki man. It's definitely gonna be Star Wars.
Yeah. So it's a geeky tiki cup or mug, and it was a set, and it came with this one, and then there's a baby Yoda. You might be able to see it. It's way over there. It's chilling by the counter.
Yeah. Oh, it's tiny.
Yeah, it's like a double shot glass.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
like
for
espresso or...
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's actually for alcohol, but it's like holds about 2 ounces or something like that.
Cute.
Yeah, we had a Christmas party, and I got this for Christmas.
That's pretty spot on.
Yeah, man. It was. I love mugs, and it's like, I don't know. It's like it feels so good when it touches.
It is a good shape. It has a nice rounded edge, and ceramic feels nice because it's glossy.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. This is the first. I love mugs. Mugs and glasses are cool, but like this is the first one where I'm drinking out of it every drink. Hold on, let me take one. Every drink I take out of it, like when it touches my lips, I'm like, it's so good.
Yeah, it does have like that nice rounded lip, like a glass bottle would.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are into mugs or whatever, but geeky tiki torches are cool. I think they only have Star Wars because on the back, I could be wrong. On the back of my box, it just had like different
other Star Wars characters.
Yeah, but it might have been just like the way they marketed. They might have like a whole geeky tiki mug collection or something besides Star Wars. I'm not sure.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but it was pretty spot on, man. It was awesome. So we did like a Secret Santa.
Yeah.
And I got my friend, Dr. Van Buren, and he loves board games.
We love a good board game.
Yeah, like Dungeons.
I don't play by the rules, but we enjoy it.
Fuck them.
Fuck the rules.
So he
Don't
likes,
even look at it.
he likes games like Dungeons and Dragons and like all these other like adult like long board games.
Avengers.
I guess I don't know what you call them, but like they're like long form board games. You know, it's not like Candyland or anything. So he's got like shelves and shelves and shelves full of these crazy, not crazy, but like, I mean, they look fun games, right? All these board games, but like his wife doesn't like to play them with him. I guess she doesn't. I guess she's tired of being like a mage or a warlock.
Yeah.
So for Christmas, I got him as the Secret Santa, and I saw a board game, and it was a true crime board game. It was like this fancy, like it's got all this evidence, this crazy,
very fun.
elaborate game. So I got it and I gave it to him, and he was like, and he knew what it was because like he's into the board game. So it was, oh cool. It's called
Is it Friends with Fiends?
No, it's
that's one. I don't know.
Track a Killer. It's something that kind of rhymes. I don't know. I'm not in that world. That's not my space. But I was like, dude, the board game is for your wife.
Because wives like true crime.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, ladies love true crime. And I was like, the present is you can get your wife to play a board game with you. And I thought that was a pretty legit present.
Be like, thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. But it was called like Killer at a Dive Bar.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, or something like that. I've never played it, but it was cool. You can get it at Target. I scooped it up at Target. It was like $30 or $40. It wasn't that much, but it was like pretty elaborate. It had like evidence lockers and sheets and all kind. I mean, it looked like you had to have like a detective,
like a table, like a holes, and then you need the clear glass so you can write on it and tape your evidence.
Yeah, like tape like red yarn.
Yeah,
to everything.
A beautiful mind style.
Yeah. Do people actually ever do that? Because every time I see it, I'm like, that's a gobbled mess.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like, I don't know if it's a thing like back in the 80s, like in the detective rooms, you're like, get the yarn.
The yarn. I need the string.
We gotta
loop it and connect it.
We got a live one here.
We got a live one.
He's been murdering. Let's get the string out.
We need to know. We need to see the trail.
I don't know what made me think about this, but have you ever seen the show, the 80s popular TV show, Guyver?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I have no idea. I guess like string and like figuring out shit.
Be like, here is a paperclip, a piece of gum, a little bit of aluminum foil, and I'm going to make a bomb and open this door.
He's like, I made a laser.
Yeah.
But but that show, I remember something about that show makes me smile because me and my grandfather, which was like my dad, that's who I lived with, would watch. I don't know if it was every night or once a week. I can't remember. I just remember sitting down like he was in a rocking chair and I would sit on his lap and rock and we would watch Guyver.
Yeah, I mean, same. So I laugh because my dad watches like kid shows now, and I was like, Dad did not watch kid shows with us. Like it was MacGyver, it was Highlander, it was Babylon 5.
Nice.
So
Babylon 5 was legit.
Yeah, it was a good show.
It holds the story.
Stargate, that one's a good one too.
Yeah. So that's got MacGyver in it. Yeah, that one's good. Babylon 5, the story holds up really well now.
Yeah.
It's not that old, though. I think it was like 90s or 2000s.
Yeah.
It's not super old. It's not like MacGyver was like in the 80s, man.
And then the first time we went to Germany, you know, whenever you see these American shows and you watch them in a different country, they're just dubbed. So it's a different voice actor. But that's MacGyver's voice to them. But it's like, that's not his voice.
You're like, that's not MacGyver.
Be like, that's silly sauce.
Yeah. You know, I've never watched like a show that I love in a different language. Well, I don't speak another language, so it would be weird. So like, I've never done that before.
We should try it.
Yeah, I have seen movie trailers that are dubbed. Like you said Avengers earlier. I've seen like an Avengers movie trailer dubbed in like Spanish. I'm like, that's
silly.
That's not Tony Stark.
That's not Tony.
Who is that guy?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like every time I think about that show, it makes me smile. Oh, Babylon 5. Sorry, that story is. I just rewatched it. It's
nice.
Yeah, I think it's on HBO Plus, Max or whatever. I think it's on one of them. It's like, I think it's that one. So I just rewatched the whole thing, and it stands the story's good.
Nice,
but the effects and makeup artistry is a little suspect.
It's like, you old.
Yeah.
We see that.
Yeah. You can see the budgetary restraints and you can see that,
That's my favorite with a show, like a new show, like watching Doctor Who, the first season versus like even the second season.
You talking about the first season? Like in the 60s?
Not the 60s ones. I didn't watch any of those. Maybe I'll dive into that, but the newer series, but the first season of the newer series, you can see budget restrictions.
Yeah. But
it's good.
It's so good. Babylon 5, I think, came on TNT. I think it was a TNT show. So it wasn't like a
lot of TNT.
Yeah. What were you just talking about? What did you just say?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Yeah. Sorry. My mind's like going a million miles an hour.
It's a fun sound.
Yeah. Do it again.
Hold on.
I thought Chloe was freaking out. She's not. Yeah, Doctor Who should be a show that I love.
And it's not.
It's not, man. It's like Sublime. That's my Sublime. Like, you should love Sublime. There's no,
I just don't.
I was listening to Sublime the other day and I was like, I'm going to send it to her. Maybe we should listen to it. I was like, she won't listen to it. That's a waste of
It's really funny too, because like I've even, Pandora will just play stuff and I'm like, ugh, I don't like this. And it's like Sublime. I'm like, of course it's fucking Sublime.
Okay, are you talking about Sublime or Sublime with Rome?
No, just Sublime.
Okay, because Sublime and Rome is like a cover band. Like that's Sublime with Rome is the singer.
Yeah.
So that's not the same. I mean, if you didn't dig on them, that's okay. But
no, I know. I gave up Red. Okay, I gave up the hate for that.
Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, I guess so.
We're growing up.
There you go. So I guess what's that show called? Oh, Doctor Who. Sorry, I think Doctor Who is my Sublime. Like I should love everything about Doctor Who. Every time I watch it, I don't. Every time I watch it, I'm like, this is fucking dumb.
You're like, I don't want to watch this.
And I love sci-fi. And I love campy. And I love dumb stuff. I love everything that when people describe it to me, I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch every episode. And then every time I started, I'm just like,
no, thank you.
And then everyone always like, wait a minute, which doctor did you start with? I'm like, I don't know. The last person told me. And they're like, no, that's the bad one. I'm like, okay, which is the good one? And then like I tried their doctor, and I'm like, it's the same thing. Like, it's kind of boring. It's kind of like Beats. Like
yeah, you don't like those either.
I don't like Beets, but what I meant by that is like, people ask me like, what food don't you like? It's usually Beets or cooked carrots. Those are my two least favorite things.
Cooked carrots are trash.
Yeah, man, those are like garbage.
It's like steamed. It's like, why?
Yeah, it tastes, especially compared to like a raw carrot.
Yeah,
it's like, because raw carrots are yummy and like cooked carrots are straight up garbage.
It's actual trash.
Yeah,
it's just sewage in an orange circle.
As soon as you heat up a carrot, you're like, oh, that's trash. Let me throw that away. But when I talk about Beets, people are like, oh, you got to try mine. I'm like, that's what everyone says, and I'm like, no, I just don't like them. So it's like, I think Doctor Who is Beets. Is like Beets.
It's just a beat.
Yeah,
like I ain't for it.
It's like you're Sublime. Like you should fucking love them.
And I don't.
You don't. Look at your shirt. That is like a person who loves Sublime shirt.
Yep, but I don't.
If you can't see your shirt, it's like
I think it's like a Ganesh.
there you go.
Ganesh.
I was going to say some
Ganesh
sort.
is an elephant, right?
Yes, I was going to say some sort of goddess or god looking.
Yeah, it's definitely some feminine-ish.
Is it feminine-ish? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see like
she's got some boobies.
Yep, I see the boob cup.
The boob.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's like a dry fit shirt. It's got like stuff that someone meditating on.
I think this is from Threada.
What's that?
Company. They do fun designs, fun stuff.
I gotcha.
Usually like ethereal kind of mystical
Oh, nice
stuff.
You know who else is
But
really
good screen printing.
I gotcha. You know who else is good? I don't know if you've seen it. I think I've sent you like one or two like pictures from them. Is Hippie Chickens. Besides the name is awesome. But
maybe.
their shirts are, well, I don't know if I sent it to you or someone else.
They actually have chickens?
No, well, I don't know.
Oh.
They just have like fucking.
That's just what it's called.
Yeah, Hippie Chickens. It's cool. They have one hoodie. It's really cool. It's got like this really trippy looking frog on it, and then it's got like the DMT molecule like into its like scales on the frog.
Very fun.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Because I would have sent that to Sam.
Yeah, well, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
It's hip. I'm pretty sure it's Hippie Chickens. Like, so I click on all their stuff because I like to look at it. So
I like that.
yeah, so Instagram and Facebook like market them to me all the time, so I get to see like they're like in my face. Constantly.
Yeah, it's been marketing a lot of German, which has been very cool.
It is weird how like when your interests change or the algorithm or whatever, like it's like skirt. Like
Yeah, I do like how often my stuff changes because then I don't get stuck in like an echo chamber.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Like right now, my YouTube is like all dog training videos. You know what I mean? Like, and that's only in the past couple of weeks. And
not Marley. Chloe is just like, what, me? Train?
Yeah,
Train?
yeah.
Hi, I train.
Yeah. So like when, I don't know if I told the story. Did I tell the story when I got Chloe and she was insane? We went to Country's Barbecue. Man.
Wait, yeah, that there was a person.
Well, I just got her and like, she was like because she's kind of like a bully mix. You know what I mean? So like, she's pretty like beefcake. And she had a harness on, and then like I'm trying to walk her around. This is the very first day I got her. Like we got out of the car because it took me about an hour and a half to get her. So we drove an hour and a half home, and I was like, let's go for a walk. So before you come inside, so you're not all crazy.
Yeah.
So we walked to a restaurant, which is about a 30-minute walk, man. And she had a harness on and not like a training collar.
Yeah.
And like she pulled Andre, my almost 8-year-old, to the ground. Woof. And I was like, holy shit! So I had to grab the leash and like help him up.
Yeah.
And like hold her. I was like straining the like.
Sheesh, dog, you strong.
Yeah.
Here she goes.
And then besides that, like she freaked out over squirrels and humans and cars and dogs and all kinds of stuff. But I'm doing good. Like we walk for about an hour a day, and then now it's not so much training walks, but until about now, it's just been constant training for like an hour. I got like training collars and treats and all kinds of shit, and I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm like, okay, new technique.
Yeah, like okay.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go on a walk, and then I'll try whatever they just told me to do, and then so now I can walk her on a loose leash, and she stays right beside me. And I don't have to hold. I can hold it like with a thumb and finger.
You just hold it.
Yeah, and she doesn't really do anything unless she sees a dog on a leash. Then she
free roam dogs doesn't bother as much. Well, or do you not see that as?
You just don't see that often here, but that would freak her out too.
Yeah.
But like dogs that are on behind a fence or something like that, she doesn't really fuck with them.
But if they're just out doing the same thing she's doing,
she gets a little overstimulated. She used to couldn't even get near one. Now we can be like on the other side of the street. Yeah, and she can handle that, but she can't handle be like on the same sidewalk just yet.
Do you just have to like continue like while you're going through the experience, just like keep getting her attention?
Yeah. So like what you have to do is like notice when they're like, because what happens, my other dog Marley was just like, I raised her as a puppy, so I didn't have this problem. So I got her. She's like, they say she's 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And she's like a giant puppy.
Yeah.
And was never.
And you can't see her. She's off camera, but she's playing with this like long duck kind of thing, and she just was biting on it and then just like and fell to the side.
Yeah, she's like, look at my belly. But yeah, so you could watch your dog get to a point where they start getting stimulated.
Yeah.
And then once they get overstimulated, like it clicks over and you can't control them. You just have to drag them away, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So like I used to and so now I can watch her get stimulated and have like a training collar where I tug on it and it pinches her a little bit. Is to tell her, not a lot.
The metal prong one kind of thing.
Yeah. And so it just pinches her just a little bit to kind of get her attention. So I just have to like do that and keep getting her closer and closer, and then not let her freak out. Not let her get to the point where her dog brain kicks over and like she doesn't even pay attention to me, which is hard to do because she's stubborn as fuck.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's okay. Like she's like an independent, stubborn dog.
She's like, I am my own lady dog.
Yeah. She's great though, man. She's
with
great.
teethies that stick out.
Yeah. Yeah, when I got her, it's my first rescue dog. You know, and so I thought in my head, I was like, you know, we'll be able to walk around and go to dog parks and stuff, but I'm gonna have to like really train her like how to live in my house.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. Like she is like, so get out of here. She just tried to walk on the thing, but like she's so housebroken.
Yeah.
Like she's
like the house I got.
House trained is probably like, yeah, she's good. Like she doesn't even bark when people come to the door.
Yeah, no, I mean, she did great the first time I came over here, like complete stranger walking into her new place.
Yeah.
And no barking.
Even when like, if you knock on the door, it's like,
oh, that's good.
Yeah. She's just chilling.
My friend's dog, if you knock on the door, he has a seizure.
Like an actual seizure?
Or
just like,
he's medicated.
Like, okay. Gotcha. That's crazy. It's like, please don't knock on my door. Just text me before you get here.
Yeah, that's what we do. Like if there's a knock, it's an actual stranger. Like it's something that they do for like their deliveries and like all the friends know, just like walk in. So.
But yeah, so like she's like better house trained than I am. Like when someone knocks on the door, I'm like, who the fuck's that? You know, for a second, you know what I mean? But she's like,
oh yeah, I had company.
And then she's like, hi,
I'm here too.
Yeah, but like, man, when I first got her, it was like walking with a loaded weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she was lunging at people and like she lunged at a kid. I had her on a leash, so it wasn't like no one was in actual danger, but I was just like, what the fuck?
Like, girl.
Yeah, man, lunging at dogs. And I was just like, man, I don't know if I can keep this pup. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want a walking liability.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want her to get hurt. I don't want any animal or human to get hurt. I just want her to be happy. I want everyone to be happy and good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, and then I don't want to deal with the repercussions of like if she freaks out on someone, like and eats a kid or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't, because she would probably die. They would probably kill her, and then I'd have to like do something awful would happen to me. I don't want that. So I wasn't, you know,
like you're gonna give us all your money. We're gonna murder your dog.
Yeah, and I was like, that sounds like
not a fair thing.
That sounds like a losing deal. So I just been working with her, and like, so at first I was even just telling Andre, my kiddo, that like, hey man, we might have to take her back to the place. So maybe she belongs on a farm or something. You know what I mean? Maybe there's just too many people around. Because like where I live at, there's like big sidewalks and people. There's families and dogs walking like all the time. Like, yeah. So I was like, maybe this isn't the spot for her, but like now she does pretty good. So she doesn't lunge at, she doesn't give a fuck about people. Yeah. Yeah. So that's not a thing. I've got her like it's actually called socialize. I got her socialized, like was pretty good. It's just with the dog. So,
and it's only been a few weeks?
It may be a month at the most. It's been a month, and she's like a dream inside and then like 80% awesome outside.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. It was a pretty good rescue.
Yeah.
I feel good about it.
And she could go.
Yeah, she's good. I feel really good. I was a little nervous at first, and I was like,
she didn't eat your Christmas tree or your presents.
Yeah, she doesn't mess anything up inside. Like inside, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But yeah, I was getting a rescue dog. You know, besides like the training stuff, my first instinct or like my first thought was like, maybe she won't love me.
Oh, be like, what if we're not best friends?
Yeah, like what if we're not besties? Because like that's the point. Like
that's why you're in my home.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not here just to give you food. You know what I mean? And, you know, I was just thinking that because like I only have experience with Marley, my other dog. When I got her, she was like 8 or 9 weeks old. So I was like, that was like my best bud. You know what I mean? So like this one, I was like, I don't know, man. Like I don't know what's going to work. Shoot. She's always liked me. You know what I mean? But like the past like 2 weeks, I'm just like, you love me.
She loves me. Thank goodness.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think YouTube heard me because like talking about somebody, because one day, a couple weeks ago, I got all these videos of like how to tell if your dog doesn't like you. And I was like, I've been watching all of them. I was like,
are any of these signs like, does she love me?
Yeah, so she didn't do anything. So I was like, man, that sucks that people have dogs that hate them. Yeah. Apparently it's a thing.
You can get like one of those not neo-traditional, I guess that's just what they called. Traditional style tattoos with the heart and the banner. And just say Chloe. And she can get a matching one that says Daco.
I wonder if anyone ever tattooed a dog.
Yeah, it's probably illegal.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, it would be like torture, right? It would be like dog wouldn't even know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think that they did not consent to the tattoo. So that is illegal. You're not allowed to tattoo without consent.
But yeah, but it's a dog. I've never thought about that before.
They do have like I
mean, that'd be mean as shit.
Practice skin in general, and they have some that are like in like furless cats shape, like little Sphinx cats.
That's awesome.
So you can have a fake tattooed cat.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fucked up to tattoo a dog because like they would be tortured to do a tattoo and like not know why. But let's say someone did happen to do that. That shit would be badass. Like if you had a dog with like this awesome like dog
especially
sleeve.
Like those big bully breeds.
Yeah, if it just had like a half chest piece and then go down
like
the
arm.
Rock. Yeah,
just like have over the pec and down the sleeve.
Yeah, and every time would be like, oh my god, that's so awesome.
Like, yeah, my dog.
Yeah,
got a few hours on her.
I'm going to Google it. You know someone's tattooed their dog.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, that is fucked up. I don't want you to do it. I don't want anyone to feel pain, but maybe if they were asleep or something, like, I don't know. I don't know if that would make it more ethical or not.
When you do and finally end up, someone lets you give them money for your tattoo. You ain't sleeping through that.
It's true. Did we talk? Well, I meant like put to sleep, like with medication.
Oh.
Like not euthanize. Oh God, no. Like, sorry. Anesthesiaed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we talk about my tattoo situation on the podcast, or was that before?
No, that was before.
Okay, so if you guys have been listening to the podcast, I have cash for tattoo artists, and I've been trying to hand it to somebody that, not anybody.
Take my money and put ink on me.
Yeah, so like I'm not trying to just get like a shitty tattoo, like for someone that I want to do it. So I found a low, and I would prefer it to be local. We live in Columbus, Georgia, which is like 2 hours from Atlanta-ish, and it doesn't include traffic and stuff once you get to Atlanta. So like it was finding all these awesome artists in Atlanta that I wanted to do, but they're all booked up, and it was like hard to get in contact with them. It was weird. So I was like, fuck that. I'm just gonna find someone local. So I started doing that around here, and like the procedure seems to be like email me these things, and then we do all this shit. And then it just goes nowhere. Yeah. And I was getting a little irritated. So I was like, fuck it. So I just walked into a tattoo shop, and then I talked to the dude.
And you're like, I want art.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I actually followed. I stalked him actually, he lives 1 block right there. He lives right over there.
Oh, very fun.
Yeah. Not that I'm stalking him, but on the back of his car, he has a decal. And it says like his name, art, and tattoo. And I was in a website. And I was like, oh, sweet. I was walking the dog or playing something outside with Andre. And I was like, sweet. So I Googled it, and I was looking at his art, and I was like, oh, dude, that shit's badass. Mm-hmm. So I know he's a good artist. So I was like, well, if he's a good artist, as long as he knows how to tattoo, it should like translate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So then I was looking at his tattoos. I'm like, oh, this dude's badass, man. So I stalked him for a couple, like 2 or 3 weeks, just so I could feel good about it. Yeah, because it was like a random person that I didn't know. And then I just skipped all the steps. I was like, fuck it.
Went in.
This shit ain't work. So I just walked in, and he was in there, and he was like, I talked to him. He was like, yeah, man, that's gonna look badass. I was like, yeah, I think so too. He's like, I want to do it. I was like, cool. And it was supposed to be now. It was supposed to be in like 10 minutes, but I already rescheduled. Like I'm not like just like not showing up. Yeah. But he never sent me the thing. Yeah. He never not the proof. That's too formal.
Did you check your spam?
Yeah. Okay. Like 5 million times.
That's fair.
I'm super excited. I checked everything. I even
Where is it?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I trust him. I mean, he would show me before. Like I would go there now if he was like, "Hey, here it is." I'd be like, "Yeah, sweet," or change that or whatever. But the main thing is like this particular shop, or maybe it was him in the shop, doesn't do it per hour basis. They do it price per tattoo. Yeah. And she was like, well, "Yeah, we'll tell you how much it costs once he draws it." And I was like, "Cool." And he's like, "Yeah, once I pay the deposit already." And they were like, "Yeah, just he wants the rest in cash or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me." But then he never sent it to me, so I have like no idea how much it costs. And I was just like, so I called him yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to reschedule for a couple weeks. I was like, just tell him to hit me up so we can get the price and like make sure it looks awesome and shit. And then like I'm in.
There's time to, if you want adjustments or.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was just like, I just want to look awesome. You know what I mean? I don't know him well enough to be like, yeah, man, just draw some shit.
And then like also something that I think new folks.
But it's happening. It's happening. Because like I didn't cancel. I just moved my appointment. I was like, tell him to call me or text me or email me the shit, and then we're down. Anyways.
Yeah. So when they put the stencil on you, and this goes for anyone out there in the world.
Tattoo 101.
Don't ever be afraid to, if you don't like how big it is or how small it is. Like, it's super easy to get usually they give you some time to let the purple one, it's got to dry. Yeah. So the stencil. So okay. Obviously this will be a red flag if someone's like, no, I'm not doing that. Or no, I'm going to charge you more if you make me resize it. Oh, yeah, a good tattoo artist would definitely let you sit with it for a second and look at it from all the angles. And if you don't like the size, maybe it's too big for the space, you want a little smaller. They literally just reprint it out and then wipe off the stencil and do it again. And it's not.
I guess some people
no skin off their back.
Yeah, I guess some people would be an asshole.
Yeah, or like some people just aren't professional.
That's what I meant. Like some people are just assholes or unprofessional in general. But yeah, if I was a tattoo artist,
so that would be a red flag if someone doesn't let you do that.
That's true.
Or charges you like a crazy extra for resizing. Like that should be, in my personal opinion, in the 70 plus hours I have on my body.
Yeah, I mean, because like, you know, the goal would be like, yeah, just come back. You want it to be an awesome experience and not people to talk shit.
Because I mean, you're walking billboards for someone's art, and
I talk shit and praise on everything that I like. So if it's awesome, I'd be like, dude, I'll talk about it constantly. If it's shit, I'd be like, don't you ever fucking go there. Don't you do it. Yeah. Not that I know everyone, but I'll try. Yeah. Like I'll try to tell everyone, like, don't you ever go there, man. Don't you do it. I don't think it's going to be a problem. He was a cool dude. So actually, I might, if he ever listens to the podcast, I'm not talking shit on him. I want you to do this tattoo. Yes. Like, I like your art. I like talking to you. I just need the stuff.
And then we'll see it.
Yeah. Like, so I didn't cancel, like I said, I didn't cancel the appointment. I just pushed it back a couple Tuesdays. Yeah. Just so I can see it. And I just want to know how much it costs. Like, are we talking like the cash I got or like triple the amount? Like,
yeah.
I have no idea.
600 or is it like 2,000?
Yeah. I have no ballpark. She was like, I can't give you a ballpark until, and I was like, okay, that's fair. But I was like, it's not fair for me just to show up and be like, it's going to be $19,000. I'm like, no, it's going to be me walking out.
Be like, goodbye.
Yeah. So last podcast was kind of jumpy. You know, I didn't re-listen to last week's podcast until I processed it. Yeah. And I was like, that was awful in my head. Right. And I'll tell you why in a second. But I listened to it. I was like, oh, no, that was good. You're like, oh, it was good. I liked it. Yeah. It was a good one. I like that one. But I had a person, like a work person, texting me the whole time.
Really?
Like 1 minute before I just happened to look at it and I saw like, and I knew it was from and what it was about. It was a bunch of bullshit and my phone just kept going in my pocket. And then I like one time while we were talking, I just looked at it. I was like, fuck. And then the whole time I was like split minded. Yeah. So I was like, I was pissed off at what was happening in my pocket, even though it had no bearing. I wasn't present. I was just, I guess I was present with my phone and this fucking asshole texting me. So that was kind of grumpy. Then I was trying to talk and I was like so split minded the whole time. And I was so pissed off when it got done at myself, not at anybody. I was just like, oh, that was awful. I don't want to listen to that one. But it's pretty good. You should listen to it. My favorite part, and I didn't even realize it, that we were.
Do you play tug of war with her or no?
Yeah, yeah. I would just be careful. Yeah.
Some people just don't play tug of war.
I play everything.
Yeah. So I'm just respecting your dog's teaching skills.
Hang on, let me get this.
Speaking of motherfuckers. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, sorry. I was just making sure it wasn't my kid. Like he's been sick, like the past couple days. So like today's his first back day at school. So like, I just want to make sure it wasn't his teacher like calling me to like come get him or something. It wasn't. But what was I talking about? Split minded. Yeah. Oh, my favorite part on that podcast. I didn't even remember talking about it. Like. We were eating those pudgy cookies. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So it was a lot of ASMR with the crinkling. The crinkling sounded cool. Yeah. And then like so like we were doing that. And then I was like trying to have like some like deep introspective, like, which is really funny. Like to not be like, hear the crinkling and like fucking cookies mouth talking, but like trying to figure out what was wrong with me when I thought of something and all this stuff. I was like, that's funny. That's fun. Just trying to have a deep introspective moment with like cookie ASMR at the same time.
I mean, I'm sure Alan Watts has deep moments while he's like eating a spoon of caramel.
Yeah, I wish I could have hung out with him, man. He was a weird dude. I mean, he's an awesome dude, but like, I wonder what he was like just to chill with. I bet he was a riot.
Sorry. Dog play is so fun. Yeah. I haven't had a dog in a long time.
Yeah, he's from the UK. Yeah, they're awesome. He's from the UK, so I bet he drank a lot. That's kind of stereotypical, but I just feel like everyone that lives in like Britain or Ireland or Scottish,
everywhere. People drink.
That's true. People be drinking. I wonder, like, you know, what they think. So what do people in like here, people think Germans drink like really dark beer. Like that's kind of like,
dunkel.
Yeah.
That's dark.
That's just like a thing. But like, I wonder what people like in Germany or wherever think that Americans drink.
Piss water.
I was about to say natural, like Bud Light or natural.
Bud Light, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But a lot of people, I mean, you'll see a lot of people drink like a stout, but people drink Hefeweizens, which is a white beer.
A white beer?
A Weizen? Yeah, white.
Weizen?
Yeah, Hefeweizen.
Man, I can't say that word.
Hefeweizen.
How white are we talking about? Like, is it not? It's not white in the mug, is it?
I mean, probably a little. Sorry, not white, but I mean, it's like an amber color.
I gotcha. Is it like a?
It's not a dark, like.
No, it's like a super hoppy type beer, like wheat.
I don't know. Hefeweizen's.
I've never had it. I don't think. I was just trying to think.
It doesn't taste like an IPA. An IPA is in my head what is hoppy. Yeah. I don't know beer.
I don't know if you can get much hoppier than IPA.
Yeah, so it's not like that.
Again, if you drink IPAs, Why do you do that?
Who are these people
Like,
who
why
drink
do-
IPAs?
They're everywhere, man. I guess if they think it's cool, man.
I guess so. I mean, you drink something enough, I guess you like it.
That's true. I remember the first time I drank a sour, I was just like, a sour beer?
Yeah.
But I was just like, well, I'm not drinking the other shit anymore. You know what I mean? I was just like, well.
We've been drinking what, Prometheus?
That's a good one.
They have a pomegranate one, and it's delightful.
Yeah, that's a good. They have cool cans.
Yeah.
I like to pick my sours off of the name
can.
in the can. Yeah, like the fruits.
Just like anything.
Yeah, it's
we
true.
like to buy.
That's true.
We are suckers for advertisement and delightful things.
It's true.
You're a good girl letting people play in your face while you with your toy.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, good girl.
But I mean, like, I was gonna buy the beers anyway, so like they just need to like help me pick which one.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's like, oh no.
Well, I did that with that Third Eye Monkey one or the monkey one.
The monkey one?
It's got like a monkey.
I don't remember that one.
I don't know. I don't like it. It was an IPA. I didn't know.
I had a basil and lime. No, cucumber and basil sour the other day. That was weird. It was like
Hello.
You started this, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was like drinking a beer mixed with spaghetti dinner.
Mom's Spaghetti.
Yeah, it was like Mom's Spaghetti. Have you seen that restaurant, Mom's Spaghetti?
No, but there's a song called Mom's Spaghetti by.
It's a famous line from an Eminem 8 Mile song.
Oh.
That's-
Well, it is also in, I think it's Space Jesus. It's got to be Space Jesus because it's definitely not G. Jones.
I think they took it from Eminem. Like he's the one that from 8 Mile.
Mom's Spaghetti.
Yeah, and then he's opened a.
But it starts off as like a fun, like you hear like the Italian.
That's awesome. But Eminem opened up a spaghetti restaurant in Detroit. It's called Mom's Spaghetti.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Let me
I saw pictures of it, like him handing out like spaghetti from the drive-through and stuff. Like how wild would that be? Like you show up at a spaghetti place and like,
Eminem.
Eminem's just like, here you go,
Yeah,
man.
I could. Thank you.
Can I get a selfie? He's probably like, dude.
It's like, bro, I'm working here.
Yeah, dude. When you get that famous, like Eminem famous, or like Will Smith, or whoever, or like some probably like crazy soccer player.
Famous in general. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of gratitude.
It's true, but like, how often do you got to be like, man, I don't want to take a selfie with you? I mean, because they can't go anywhere when you get to like that level, like global.
That's why people
fame.
have their own yachts and
It's true, man.
islands. And they're like, I don't need a grocery store, and I'm gonna go do something else.
Like, how fast does the funness of like, hell yeah, I'll take a selfie with you? Like, at first it's got to be awesome, like all the attention, but like,
I'm sure it's like a day-to-day thing.
Yeah.
Some days you'll tolerate it, some days you won't.
But I think when it first happened, like, well, if it happened to me, it would be like just cool every day.
You're like, this is shit.
Yeah, until it wasn't. Like, I just don't know how long I'd be like, you know what, man? Like, I just want to eat this. I'm at Applebee's, bro. Like,
bruh.
I just want to eat my blooming onion or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an asshole. I'm sure I would be like, yeah, I'll take it with you. But inside, I'd probably be like, I don't want to do that. Did you limp noodle your mic?
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. Oh, glowy like that.
Yep.
But that's got to be weird to be that famous where like you can't be a human.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be cool to be like uber wealthy and all that stuff. But like, man, you can't.
Be like, I just wanted to go to the grocery store and get some grapes.
Yeah. You can't even get grapes. You can't like, I'm going to go to the playground and play with my kid. Nope. No. I mean, you can, but I mean, it's going to be like a whole shit show of like, everyone's going to be like circling around you and taking pictures and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You're like, I don't want to do that.
Parent alert. All right, that's not for me though. Okay, just checking. So Andre got not pneumonia. I keep saying that.
Bronchitis?
Yes, it's not pneumonia. It's the bronchitis, and he got like a sinus infection, some other stuff. He woke up. He was fucked up, man.
He's like, I have boogers in my respiratory space.
Yeah, all weekend, man. All we did was just sit on the couch. We were just straight chilling. He had like that face where it looks like death. Like I saw him, I was just like, dude.
Like, bro, when their little eyes are all red, you're like, oh shit, you don't feel good.
Yeah, Andre's turned to like deep circles. Like he looks like a raccoon. Like he looks like a raccoon.
Poor buddy.
Yeah, he looks like a zombie almost. But today he looked pretty good. So like we sent him to school, but I got my doubts. But I haven't got a call yet. I mean, the day's almost over.
It is almost over.
Yeah, for them. So I mean, like I think he'll be okay. But man, I remember when I was like, I guess a kid, but even more like a teenager. Like people, like parents would say, like they hear him talking or whatever. Like I wish I had it, not the kid or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, right. In my head, I was like an asshole.
Lying.
Well, yeah, I'm like, no, you don't want that. This shit sucks. It's not that, but now as a dad, I'm like, dude,
I would do anything to take this away from you.
Yeah. I remember the first time he got like a regular cold, I almost like broke down.
Oh no.
Yeah, I did actually.
Like a baby.
Yeah, but he was a little bit. He's probably like 1 or something.
Yeah.
He got a cold, and I was just like, dude, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just like really broke my heart, and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck am I feeling? It's just in my head. I'm like, it's just a cold. Like I know he's fine. He's just a cold. No big deal. But man, like now I was like, oh,
I got it.
that's what's going on.
Parents.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you his birth story? I was just telling this story the other day to a patient where they asked me about it. Involves Dfax.
Because you didn't want to like vaccinate him, or you try to have him at home.
Well, all that kind of stuff. Did I tell you that story? Oh, okay.
I just know someone else who's had that kind of story, like with a home birth, and they were like, "Well, you need to bring him to the hospital." And she's like, "Yeah, but we're cool right now. Like, I'll come.
Yeah.
I'll come in the morning."
Yeah, Georgia's not cool.
No.
It's not a cool state to have a kid in, especially in Columbus. Like this place sucks.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I need to tell everybody this, but I'm crunchy as fuck.
Crunchy.
Yeah, so like I don't want any
Like a hard granola bar.
Yep. I've seen a bunch of memes of like people like trying to knock out. They're not really, but they're like fake knocking out people with like
like Nutri-Grain bars.
Yeah, no, the hard
Nature
kind,
Valley.
Nature Valley, yeah. And every time they do it, it just shatters because and it looks like they do it in slow motion, so they get hit. It's like, yeah,
Too funny.
yeah. If you haven't seen that show, you Google that shit. But yeah, so like here in Georgia, there's only 2 birth centers, and well, actually, when we had Andre, there was 1 birth center, and it was like 5 hours away. It's in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, that's not ideal if you've ever had a human.
Yeah,
You're
so
let's drive 5 hours now.
Yeah, so that wouldn't work out. Now there's one in Atlanta, which is what we would have done, but it didn't exist at the time.
Yeah.
So where we live at, there is a midwife group, but come to find out, it is run by the hospital that it's behind. So it's what are you gonna do? So anyway, so we went to this midwife group, and midwifery, which is how you actually say it, midwifery.
Midwifery.
That's the profession of midwifery.
Nice.
It's a real word. The first time I heard it, I was like,
why are you lying to me?
But I was like, why are you joking on them?
Why are you playing?
Yeah, but no, it's a real super fun word. So we went there, and I sat down with the consultation with the midwife, and I was like, look, I probably started off with like I'm crunchy as fuck. So this is the plan.
Yeah.
We don't want to do bop 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 bop, which is we don't do anything is like the answer. Yeah. And I was like, you guys cool with that? Or is this going to be like a fight or a struggle, or like we need to find another option, or whatever. Just trying to get a confirmation that we're in the right space.
Yeah.
And she was like, yes, this is why you come to us. And I was like, cool, let's do it. Let's do this.
You're the profesh.
Yeah, let's do it. You're my midwifery. And then so that we did all the things through them, like all the whatever
stuff.
She did all. I didn't do anything. Like, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean?
Like I did my job 9 months ago.
I did this.
I'm just here.
Hey, I did the consultation.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, she's building the baby. I was like, hey, I got this. Let me talk.
I got this
part. You know, so I hold my beer.
I got it.
Yeah. So
let me help you with your midwifery.
Yeah.
Selections.
So then it was time for a baby, and then it was baby time. So we went to the hospital and called the midwives or whatever, and they got there, and they were fucking awful.
No.
They were awful. They were so like forcing like the bells and whistles. Hey, cool out. Chill out. I know you're excited. I know what you want. It ain't happening. She wants to go to walk. It ain't happening. Yeah. So like, yeah.
She has ears.
Yeah. So if you're not watching, like my dog just like jumped on us. It's like, hi.
Hi.
What's going on outside? So yeah, so we went to the hospital, and then it all started, and then like the midwives were, so I don't want to wrestle you. Stop it. The midwives were pushing all the stuff, like all the medicals, the opposite of what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, what the fuck? But the doctors and the nurses were cool. They're like, I was talking to them and like using words and of stuff, like knowledge of things. And they're like, did you sign the waiver? I was like, yeah. And they're like, cool. All the doctors were like, did you sign the waiver? And I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, awesome. Whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. They didn't just cover your ass. They cover their ass. They signed the waiver. Boom, done. And I was like, cool. And it was the midwives who were like judging and pushing and like doing all this stuff, man. And I don't remember the story anymore because I haven't told it in a while. And it was 8 years ago. But it was like, I know it was 3 a.m. I do know that.
I was born in the 3rd hour.
Yeah. Well, this is after the baby.
Oh.
No. It was 7 a.m. It was 4 hours. He was born at 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was 7. It was a couple hours later in the morning. We hadn't slept in a day or two or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't remember. I was sleepy.
Yeah. My eyes, they were heavy and stuff.
Yeah. And then the midwife came in and was like pushing the service. And I was like, we don't want to do that. Like, if we're not going to do that. And she's like, well, if you don't do this, she's like, well, we're going to call Dfax for some reason. And I was like, do it. Like she tried to leverage like that to get me to do. I was like, fucking do it, man. I was like,
do it. I'll handle that situation as it arises.
Yeah, yeah. And then she made a face, and I was like, and also you're fucking fired.
Yeah,
because I was like tired of the shit. Then after I said you're fucking fired, she this is after she went in and with Andre's mom like was demeaning her, like, you know, she hadn't slept in a while. She just gave birth to a baby.
Yeah.
She's like, leave her the fuck alone. Like, there's nothing no reason to demean her. There's a beautiful little baby.
He's fine. She's fine.
She's holding him. I was like on a chair, you know, whatever was going on. I don't remember exactly. And then she came in and like started demeaning her. And that's when I was like, you're fucking fired. You know what I mean?
Get out of my room.
Yeah. And then they called Dfax.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So how Dfax works, if anyone calls them, not just the hospital, if anyone calls them, they have to go to the place.
Yeah.
There's not like, well, we don't think that's valid.
Yeah.
They go to they go to every call. So the very first time I walked into my house with my son, my only child, but you know what I mean? We was with Dfax. They were there waiting on us.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was fun. So we walked up and she was like, why? I don't know why I'm here. She's like, they called because like you refused a medical service. And I was like, yes, I did.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that's your right to do that. And I was like, I know.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. And I was like, I know. And she's the one that told me, she's like, look, they called, so I have to do like 10 things. Or it might not have been 10. It was like these things.
Yeah, she's got a checklist she has to do.
Yeah,
that's
she's got to do it. And I was
her.
like, hey, I'm not mad at you. And you know, so she walked in and it was kind of like embarrassing. She's like, do you have a place for the kids to sleep? And she made sure it wasn't like disgusting. And then she checked if we had clothes and like stuff like that. I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, yeah, man, he's got like a nursery. And it was like, you know, everything was legit.
Here's
you know
his stuff.
He's got more stuff than I do. He's only like 8 hours old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got all kinds of shit. So they had to do all that. And then she had to like take his clothes off. He only had like a onesie or whatever. But she had to take his clothes off to make sure that we didn't beat him. And she was like, I know you did. I was like, he's only been alive for like 4 or 5 hours.
So, yeah.
But she was like, I have to do it. I was like, I get it, man. It's cool. And then so she did all the stuff and she was like, yeah, I'm sorry. And then there was a couple of follow-up visits and stuff that she had to do. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry I had to do this. And then on the last one, she was always apologizing because like I was a little perturbed, but I also hadn't slept. And like, you know, I got Dfax called on me for like just refusing a service. Like
that was my right to refuse anyways.
So, I mean, but I was real nice with her. And the last time that she came over, like to do like a check, she came twice, I think, like randomly, like just to make sure we weren't like fucking doing meth or something. I don't know, whatever they do. You know what I mean? The last time she was apologizing for the whole thing. And I was just like, hey, you want to eat dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like she did, she sat down and like we ate lunch or dinner or we might have been breakfast, whatever the meal it was, like we all ate. And it was like, that was the last time I saw her.
Like, thank you for your job.
Yeah. So that's a weird story. That's the very first time I came into my house with my child was with the Defects Worker.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. So instead of talking to my kid, you know, I don't know what you would normally do. I had to do a tour. I had to like hand over the baby and like, okay, Dfax, let's go through the tour. I had to like Dfax lady tour the house or whatever.
Like, here you go.
So that happened. So
now.
I was super pissed off. Not at the Defects Worker, at the situation, right? And the funny part is, which it didn't make it actually might have made it worth it. It might have. Except for I didn't like my mind space when I was doing these things, but it was funny. So that lady, the midwife, right? The asshole that we fired. The whole group is assholes. But the specific one that was our midwife lived 2 blocks down from us. Cool. I did not know that. So our timing was perfect. I started going to work that way just because it was a little faster. I had no idea she lived there. Yeah. Like going through the neighborhood. It was at Lake Bottom, so it's all squares and stuff. So I was going down that way. She always was like going to her car as I was driving. It was always, I left the house at the same time. You know what I mean? She did. So that I think it was 3 years. I could be wrong on that, but it was about 3 years. Every day, Monday through Friday, I drove past her, rolled the window down and said, fuck you. Like honked the horn real loud. I was like, you suck.
Like, bye, fuck you. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, so she got a fuck you yelled at her every day. And she never really tried to change her time up. It was just every day. She's like,
I probably deserve that.
She just took the fuck you every day. I would have just waited 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm done. I mean, I might have missed it every once in a while, but man, it was like 90% of the time for 3 years, for Monday through Friday, I got to tell her, fuck you. Good. So like, it's a pretty funny story, like just to drive by and do it. If someone was in a car, I still did it. I was like, hold on a second. Fuck it. So I stopped. It wasn't like a drive-by. I was just like, make sure, like, this is me. Fuck you. Every day.
Oh, I can see the whites of your eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I would drive by and I can say, like, she's getting out the front door. I was like, oh, hold on, let me park here for a second in the road. And she walked down the stairs like, fuck you. Like, it was kind of funny, especially if someone was in a car. But like,
yeah, be like, well, she deserved that one.
Yeah, like I said, like I just didn't like being that type of person. but I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't help it. Every time I was like, I'm not going to do it anymore, I would think about that day, the first day walking with Defects Worker.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Whoa. It would have been different too. Well, I don't know if it would have been. It was different because I sat down with her like months earlier and told her exactly what we wanted. She was like, yes.
Like, perfect.
Yeah. So it was like,
take your money.
Yeah. So yeah, right. So it was like a super bait and switch.
Yeah.
Like it was like, wait, how can we reel these crunchy motherfuckers in? Like,
be like, I know the words they want to hear.
Yeah. But when it happens,
fuck them.
Fuck it. We're not doing none. You know what the weirdest? Well, all of that was weird. One of the weird parts was, I'll never forget this. I can't believe you know, like a lot of people shit on medical doctors, but they get shit on a lot for like the birthing process, like how fucked up birthing a kid is not a disease. No. You know what I mean? Like things can happen, but it's not a disease just because you're going to give birth. Like it's a thing that's been happening since we've been a thing. Been a thing.
Even before we were things, it was the thing.
Yeah. Like it's happening. Right. So like, during the beginning part of the labor, right. She was like, you know, we had the plan or whatever, which no one looked at. It was a wasted
piece of paper.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was, file or whatever the fuck they do. So that shit was, and then I told them like, hey, this is the deal, this is the plan, boom, you know what I mean? And so that, you know, that way she didn't have to, you know, fucking worry, but she's got some other shit.
She's got some other shit she's worrying about. I got this part, she's got that part.
Yeah, right. And so it was like, you know, she's not going to do anesthesia, she's going to do a natural birth or whatever. So that was the thing. And then the anesthesiologist came in during the thing, like the pre stuff, like before the game kicked off. Yeah. Wow. And I remember he sat us down, and I was like, no, you know, he's like, I'm the anesthesiologist, I just want to come and talk to you. And I was like, okay, cool. But I was like, that's not going to be necessary. And he stopped talking to me. He looked right at Andre's mom, and he was like, look, you're going to need this. And she was like, why? He literally looked her in the eyes during the thing. It was like, you're not going to be able to do this without it. And I was just like,
okay, guy.
Yeah. So first of all, there's just me as like crunchy doctor going, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? That's the biggest bullshit ever. And then so that I had that, and I was going to lead with that in my response to his assholeness. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I know who he's talking to. I know Sheena, like Andre's mom, and I was like, that ain't gonna work. That the way he said that, like, you can't do it. She said something bad. I have to call her. And
you're like, what'd you say to that guy who was a dick?
Yeah, I can't remember.
You couldn't do it.
She was like, oh, I could fucking do it. She's like, I can fucking do it. She's like, get the fuck out, or something like that. Something crazy. She said something real badass, and I was like, whoa. That was like, that's like,
all right, Mama Bear. I see you.
I was like, man, I wish I would have recorded that. That would have been viral as fuck, man. You know what I mean? Like, but I can barely remember it. But like, that was like the process with giving birth. It was crazy. Like they were just trying to basically just force her into a C-section so they could have the birth on their time frame. Is how they try to do it. But you know, like some people who are scared and aren't supported. And that aren't supported to be strong. Yeah. To have a doctor look them in the face and say, oh, you can't do this without it. They'd be like, okay. Okay. And like, shit, man, they're in a moment of weakness and then like non-support, and maybe they don't know that they can do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're not empowered to do it. So like, I feel sorry for people like that. Well, I do feel sorry, but like, that's fucked up, man. Yeah.
It's like, what a wasted opportunity to like experience as it should be.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's health ramifications to not get anesthesia. So I would, you know, if that's important to me, but like, I don't give a fuck what anyone does, right? What their choices are. But, they look like to have a doctor lie to you, like looking you in the face and say, you can't do this without it. I was just like, wow. Like that's like the standard thing. I've heard that story from patients for like a decade, but it didn't resonate until I saw it. I was just like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like what kind of doctoring is that? Yeah. I want to be like, well, how did we get past 2? How was there not, or I guess, how do we get past 2 humans? Yeah. They're like, if she can't do it, like,
it's like your job started
like 50 years ago.
Yeah. Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was his birth story. I don't know why that was in my mind, except for a patient came in yesterday and was like, hey, I know you're super crunchy. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, I'm having some birth. She's pregnant. She was like, I'm having some problems. I was like, let me guess. And I just went through it. She was like, yeah. Yeah. And it was at the same midwife place. She hadn't given birth yet. And I told her, she was like, fuck. And I was like, yeah. I was like, they were the worst of all those motherfuckers, man. Yeah. So she fired him already.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for that mama.
I told her just to go to the Atlanta Birth Center. I was like, look, it's about an hour and a half away. You'll be fine. Just get someone to like, hey, you're going to drive an hour and a half. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then like, if you think you're going to have the baby, you get there early, you can chill there. You can get a hotel until, you know what I mean? Like just this they have hotels across the street actually. You know what I mean? It's like perfectly placed. I was like, just go there, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool, man. The birth center is cool. And then a birth center, they have like, they might be 4 rooms or it might be more, but the elementals, like there's earth, wind, fire, and air rooms that are kind of decorated. So they look like a fancy resort. Each room's like a fancy hotel room. And they all have birthing chairs and like water tub birthings and like all kinds of cool stuff to give birth at. It's super cool. I used to go with a tour sometimes with the moms. Nice. So like the way it worked, right? The way I was there all the time is there was a clinic connected to it, and I worked at the chiropractic clinic connected to the birth center.
Nice. So
I didn't technically work at the birth. We were in the same building, and then we like helped each other's patients and stuff.
Nice.
So I remember like people would go on the tour and stuff, and they would all, you know, the moms were like, I think, you know, because it's cool. You get to choose how you're going to have your baby. Like you have options. You're not just, you know what I mean? Yeah.
The empowerment part is really important.
Yeah. And so like almost all the moms were like, I'm doing like a on the bed thing or like a water birth. And a lot of them did do a water birth, and none of them said the birthing chair. You know what I mean?
But probably looks a little crazy.
It looks like a weird throne.
I don't want to stand.
Yeah, it looks like a weird like medical throne. Yeah, it's kind of badass. The one that I had, and then but where I'm going
is it like a bar so you can squat and
something like that. It was made specifically. You know what I mean? It was fancy shit. I don't know, but it was cool.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me get on it, so I can't remember. Like kinesthetically, I couldn't fuck with it. They wouldn't let me fuck with it. I tried.
Yeah.
And then but what I was gonna say is like the point of that story that I thought was fascinating is that almost all the moms that I know that went there, I'm sure a lot of them did do water births, but a lot of them just like when the moment hit, they're like birthing chair. Like it was just like instinctually like I need to crouch because that's what you would do normally. And like if you weren't like on TV to see some weird bed, you were like, no, I'm not gonna lay down.
Like, well,
you need gravity help.
Yeah.
So you squat. You know, like that's what most humans have done forever. Like you just squat and birth that bitch. You know what I mean? So like it was just cool. I thought it was cool that when it happened, like all the moms were like, yeah, I had plans to do.
You're like, but I needed that.
They saw that squatty. It's like a squatty potty. They saw that thing. They're like, yep, that's how the baby's coming out.
I need that right now.
Yeah, it was like something that's clicked over in their brain. It was like, nope, that's how you get it. That's how you do it. I thought that was super cool. But like, if I used to think about it. I was like, besides the water birth is looking badass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a pretty cool optic effect. Like, oh, it's cool. Like baby fucking swims up and shit. Yeah, that's fucking cool, man. Yeah. But I'm like, let me just squat. Let
me get there.
Get that thing
seems
out.
Seems like the way to go.
Yeah. So if you ever have a baby,
squat.
Well, the birth center.
Birth center.
Then do whatever your brain tells you to do. Like I don't know.
Just listen to that little voice inside.
Yeah, just listen to the inner voice. But yeah, the birth center is the way to go. That way you can kind of dictate and have good care. You won't have people looking you in the face and going,
like, you can't do that.
Yeah, man.
You can fuck off.
Yeah, you could get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You got to go. You keep looking at your watch.
I do have to go.
All right. I feel like I talked this whole podcast.
I mean, but it's good to hear your thought process.
I guess so. All right, guys, check us out on the internets. Never99.com.
Yeah.
YouTube's. Subscribe to the, we're on every podcast platform that exists.
Because it's there.
Yeah. I've kind of moved over to Spotify.
Spotify's good. I like Spotify.
Yeah, I've been an Apple dude with everything, but I do like the Spotify platform. It's good. Mainly Joe Rogan's on there, so I listen to him.
You're like, I'm already there.
Yeah, I'm already there. And then I started listening to our podcast and some others on there. I'm like, ooh, I like the interface.
Yeah, that's where I'm doing my coffee break German.
It's fancy.
On the spots.
All right, say bye to the peoples.
Bye, guys.